A little while ago, I showed you all the toy tractors that my dad had, or most of the toy tractors that my dad had, over 100 of them. And I thought I would show you an update of which ones that I held on to. And most of the ones, at least the ones right here behind me, are all ones that we've had like the real tractors of, had or have still. And they're kind of near and dear to my heart. So I wanted to make sure that I held on to them. So let's take a little tour, and then I want to show you the real tractor that we had in a picture along with it. We'll start up in the corner with this 4440. We have a 4440 Synchro Shift. This little scale one Dad had also hanging with it. Here's a 3020. Now, when I drove the 3020, we had a narrow front on it. However, later on, my uncle and my dad did put a wide front on them. In fact, we had two 3020s. You'll see a picture of the second one a little bit later. Here I have a Model M, and the neat thing about this particular one is you'll see a little bit later, I have the same Model M with a plow and the same model with a corn planter on it. Over here I have Dad's signs. Here are the signs that we would take on the tractors when we were doing taking them to a show. This was the original one. It got kind of faded and a little scratched up, and then I literally just got him these probably the year or the year before when he passed. So I wanted to keep them with it, so that you can kind of think, okay, you know, there's from the real tractor, and here's a toy. So here's what our M looks like right now. We bought it in 1998. Moving down, we have a 3010. Now, our 3010 is not like this. Our 3010 is kind of rare. It's a utility, which apparently was not supposed to be sold in the United States. It was supposed to be sold overseas. It's a little lower, has different fenders, not 38-inch rims. I think they're 36. Smaller tires on the back, and a lot lower to the ground. Here's a picture of that tractor right now. We still have it. That's a tractor I made when I was a little kid. Next up, we have a Farmall Cub. Dad bought a Cub in 2001. I don't know why. We don't have any Farmalls on our farm. I think what I'm told was he just got it really cheap. It does have a belly mower on it, and I would mow with him on that while he mowed on our Alice B. Here's a picture of our Cub right now. Next up is Alice Chalmer B. He actually only had two toy Bs. My mom has one, and I have the other one. And apparently the B is the first toy tractor that my mom ever gave my dad. So the 1B we have is a 1943. There's the sign for that one. We had a snowplow hooked up to it for a while. Also a saw blade on the back to cut firewood. Since then, the saw blade has been removed, and also the plow has been sold. The other one is a 1955 Alice B, and this one has ours has a belly mower hooked up to it, and my mom still mows the lawn with it every day up to this point. And then here's just a little one. Okay, moving down, hard to see, but a G. Might as well take the plastic off since it's all tore up anyway. A G. We have two Gs. One of ours is a 1950 G, and I don't know the year of our other one. I'll put those pictures right now. Ours has cultivators on. Then we have a 1953 50, and what I really like about this is a set, by the way. What I really like about this set is one of my friends has a 54 John Deere 60, and in 54 they went to the smaller windows in the wheels, where the 53 has the larger. And our 50 is 53 with the large windows, and my friend's 60 is a 54 with the smaller windows in it. in the wheels. So I love this set because it literally is our two tractors basically. Then coming down here we have our 50. This is probably the one that's the most special because my grandfather bought the 50 brand new in 1953. It came in April, and we've been on our farm ever since. So there's our plaque from it, and just another 50, you know. Obviously this one's gonna be the 54 or newer, and this one's the 53. And then we have just a little one right there that kind of rides with it. And then last but not least, and I'll say last but not least because it is our newest addition to our family. My dad bought this in 2022 when my mom was away at the beach, and then we sent it away because it needed some work done to it. I think the power steering was not right, and there was a few other things not right with it, and we got it back in around November of 2022. Here's a picture of that right now. What I really like about this is the flat top fenders. We have the flat top fenders on ours. Didn't come with it originally, but someone put them on. And then this one also has the flat top fenders on it as well. And ours is actually it's not a 58, it's a 59. When it was repainted, the tag was illegible, and I was able to look at it really closely, and I said, hey, there's another digit on there that we couldn't see. So it's technically a 59. So we fixed that when we updated our plaques. So that is this collection right here, and I'll show you the next collection in a second. Let's take a look at the ones that we have down here. I'm gonna start at the bottom. I kept this PowerShift 4020 because, well, the 4020 arguably one of the best tractors that John Deere ever made. I kept this 4020 with the 237 corn picker because we actually had a 3020 with a 237 corn picker, and here's a picture of me on that 3020 with the corn picker. So that was a memory that I wanted to keep. I also just love the unstyled looks, especially with rubber. And this unstyled A with these cultivators, just with the red cultivators, it's just so bright and shiny. This is a really neat little toy. It says like father, like son. And that's just really special to me. My mom said, hey, do you want that? And I'm like, yes, I do, because it reminds me, maybe I should put it this way because their faces are going this direction. It just reminds me of my dad and I. And it's really special. Behind there, it's just a John Deere coffee mug, a little salt and pepper shake. This thing is a remote controlled tractor, and it still works today because we never left the batteries in it. Every time we were done playing with it, we took the batteries out. So, I mean, this stuff goes back to the 80s, early 90s, and it still works great all these years later. This right here is kind of special. I am told from my uncle that this is a toy set that my grandparents gave my dad when he was a kid. And you can tell the age, it's hard to see now, but the fenders are on there with flathead screws. So it just kind of gives you an idea on the age. And then here is the box to it. And I just thought that was really neat. I mean, we have, this is gonna go, you know, maybe the 60s. I don't know exactly the age of this, but I just thought that it was really neat to have this whole entire set. I'm assuming a 30-20, maybe 40-20 with the plow disc and the wagon. Then moving up a row, I'm going to call this my Allis Chalmer row. It's only G's basically. We have a G, a real one. Actually, we have two. I just kept them all. Even though these two in the back are basically identical, I figured I could give one to my son and one to my daughter someday if she wants it. And then this one has the plow on it. Now ours has cultivators, and I wish I had one with cultivators on. Then just a little G magnet, little Allis Chalmers medallion. I think that's like a D12 or 14 on there. Got the Allis Chalmers logo. This little plow, which I thought was cute. This is really interesting. It's a spark plug gap measurement tool. I need to clean it up a little bit, but you can gap your spark plugs with this. I assume it's Allis Chalmers with the AC on there. Now, the tractor organization that we belong to, Williams Grove Historical Steam Engine Association, came out with these Minneapolis Molines in 2006, and this is one of 150 of these made. I really only kept it because it's from Williams Grove, which is, you know, like I said, the tractor group that we belong to, and it's kind of near and dear to my heart. Mom found it and she said, hey, you want to hold on to this? And I'm like, yes, I do. Thank you very much. So that's Allis Chalmers row. Now we come up to the John Deere row. What I love about this little set right here is it covers like the whole era of John Deere, really. This is an 1892 Furlick tractor. This is a 1914 Waterloo Boy. Then comes the 1923 John Deere D. Then a 39 Model A. Then in 52, the 60 was introduced. And then in 58, the 730. And then we have a 4010. And then they just call this the new idea, or Sound Idea tractor, which could be like a 4240 or a 4440. And what I really like about this set is, I mean, we don't have a 60, we have a 50. We don't have a 730, but we have a 630. We don't have a 4010, but we have a 3010, and then we have a 4440. So I like that, like we have, you know, half of that set. Then we have nice little John Deere M magnet, a patch for the old style 50s era John Deere logo. Another one of those logos on a magnet. Then this set here, this is not a part of the set. This is just a 2510 on a keychain. I just liked it. You know, you can never have enough key change. Here we have another Waterloo Boy, a little bit more detail with the red on there. Here is a Model G on steel. Here's a Model M, which we have, as you've seen earlier, and a Model R. And I like that I got the boxes right behind them, so and they're like kind of with it, so you can see what they are. Here's another plow, just like the Allis Chalmers plow, just the John Deere version of it. I was like, these are cute, I'm keeping them, you know, especially because there's a matching set, I'll call it. Here's a 47 John Deere M with a planter. Now RM is a 52, as mentioned before. Here is a little John Deere keychain. Then these two are the same, and again, just like the Allis Chalmers G's, if my kids want one, they can certainly have one of these each down the road. And then here's another M. This has a plow on the front. So that's a peek into this cabinet. The ones that are boxed, I kind of want to take out of the box. This showcase is behind locked glass, so like my kids won't, you know, they're not going to mess with it, thankfully. I hope you enjoyed this little tour. These are the ones that I wanted to keep. I thought they were special. And I mean, mentioned before, there was over 100 toy tractors. What I kept total, I'll put it on the screen right now. I hope you enjoyed this little tour. Back again, I forgot to mention, comment below which one of those toy tractors was your favorite, and or do any of those tractors resonate with you as well. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and click like and share.